the show, you're really into the show. What you as an engineer have to be in tune with what's going on with the music as well. So when it comes to your engineering skills, you have to be, when it comes to delays and reverbs, you have to know where to put it in. A rock song ain't gonna need no reverb, all right? But a slow song, a ballad or something like that may need a reverb, right? All right, so that's how you kind of want to just kind of play around. When you're behind the board, you got to be just like a DJ.
So you got to understand music, basically, is what you're saying.
Oh man, you got to understand every aspect of music. Absolutely. Okay. You cannot, even in the studio. Like chapter 1 of the mixing handbook talks about the evolution of mixing. Right? It talks about the LA style, New York style, other styles. There was one more. I think it was the London style, right? So you have to understand that what that was basically showing you is that not only that as a mixing engineer you have your own style, but also you have to be in tune with everything else is going on too. So when you do hear that style of music, you can kind of relate to it. Okay, cool. I know what kind of mixing style I can do with this. London, I know they like a whole bunch of, they like stuff to stand out, you know, like small stuff to stand out. New York, you know, is more laid, no, California is more laid back music. So when you go into EQing, make sure your EQs are kind of set smooth. All right? New York is hard. You know what I'm saying? Everything's punchy. You know what I'm saying? All right, so that's in chapter 1. Anybody?
Question. So then, as an engineer, you need to understand your audience and the music that's playing. It's not your job to try to force a particular style of sound. Your job is to level up the music and make it sound good.
But I feel it. You're absolutely right. Yeah, like if you're in a jazz setting, you cannot an engineer for you can't be in a rock engineer's mindset or as a hip hop engineer, because then if you was a hip hop engineer, that means that you're gonna have a whole bunch of bass in everything that you do. We love bass on it. You know, you hip hop, you love bass. You just love that drop. You like those hard hits. Yeah, you just like those 808s. All right, so you can't go to a jazz setting mixing in that format. Even in a country setting, right? So let's say if you were mixing country don't have no 808s.
You barely hit a kick.
You're not using the LF frequency. You're not using the low frequency. That's not what you're using. All right, you might well cut that off.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put a high pass filter on the whole
show. Play country on the system.
Right. Everything is high filter. Everything is mid filters, low mid filters. You know, with a bass guitar. All right. And so, you know, I think the lowest thing on the stage would probably be a bass guitar, even the kick, right? So the lowest that you would go on the actual frequency scale would probably be like between 80 and 120 hertz, right? Throwing them out now.
So if you never heard a fiddle play, you're really gonna have a problem.
Well, no, you're not, because you put the fiddle in the string section, in the string family. Right. Therefore, you still know between what octaves this fiddle is gonna. You know, it's not a. You know, it's not a bass.
Fiddle ain't gonna play 30 hertz.
Or you know.